Future flavors.
Yo, Pittsburgh, what is the deal? You're listening to DJ Cold Blooded. This is the Future Flavor Show. This is the first episode. We are going digital.
Oh, this is the first.
Yeah, first one. Yeah. First one. You know what I'm saying? Clap it up for that.
That's what's up.
You know what I mean? So, we got a very special guest in the building. You may have seen him on Southside on Carson. You may have seen him at Illegal Apparel. You may have seen him in the gym. This dude's fitness regimen is probably really crazy.
Yo.
You may have heard his music, but we're going to get into all of that.
Yeah.
So, without further ado, we got Joziah Council in the building.
Okay.
What's up? How you feeling?
I'm good, man. I'm good, man. How you doing? Thanks for having me.
I'm good.
Appreciate
No problem. Appreciate you coming through.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm doing great. Just glad to be here. And I mean, legendary Wemo. Wemo is legendary, man. Like growing up, like around the city. You know what I'm saying? My family in the city and everything. Like Wemo was always like a big deal. You know what I'm saying? So it's just really dope to be here, man. So just a big opportunity for me to get on your platform and kind of chop it up with you. So thank you,
I
bro.
appreciate it. That's what this is all about.
Yeah, appreciate you.
So just to kick things off, how did you get your name and where are you from?
Okay, so sometimes people think that like it's a stage name, but that's just like my government name. You know
Your last name's Council?
Yeah, my last name is literally Council.
Oh man, that's broken.
I don't know. Oh, okay, wait, hold up, fixed it. Okay, well. Yeah, my last name is literally Council. So I mean, that's just my name. Like I was
wondering. I was thinking like, were you like into something political in high school, or key club or something, and you just like threw that in there?
Nah. Nah. Just shout out to my mom and dad. But yeah, no, that's literally my name, Joziah Council. And at first I was gonna go with just Josiah,
right?
But I decided to do the whole government. I'm like, it doesn't really matter. But yeah, not a stage name. That's what's up.
It's kind of like a plain word, like Chris Brown.
Exactly. I think that's his real name.
Yeah.
Right? You know what I'm saying? I mean, but then you got some people that's like, Travis Scott. That's not his real name.
That's not his real name?
Nah, it's not. His real name is like Jacquees Webster or something like that. Yeah, I think he took the Scott from like Kid Cudi or something. Okay. I don't know. I think Scott's real name.
Where's Travis come from? Like Travis Barker?
I don't even know, bro. I don't know. He really just took like a regular name as his stage name, which is funny. But it's Joziah Council. That's just me.
We're speaking of Travis Scott. We'll circle back to that.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm talking about.
Oh man.
But
yeah,
so where are you from? What was life growing up for you?
So I'm originally from outside of the city.
Okay, where
in Beaver County, like kind of everywhere from Beaver County, but I came up like in my childhood, like Aliquippa area, even though I lived in Midland.
Right.
Like my mom had a daycare in Aliquippa, and my grandparents had a church in Aliquippa. You know what I'm saying? So so I really came up like there, like in the church / daycare / school. It was also like private school. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I really came up in Aliquippa, and I ended up going to, just because Midland doesn't have a high school, we can choose from a couple different high schools in the area. One of them is Beaver. Okay. So I actually graduated from Beaver, but I'm not from Beaver at all. Right. I just graduated from there, and but I came up in Aliquippa in a church for real, and that's really where I tapped into music. You know, that's kind of just where I fell in love with it and realized like I was pretty decent at it.
They have you on the choir?
Yeah. I mean, like I led the like youth team for a minute, and then like the adult team for a long time. So I was just like, it's crazy because it's really like a boot camp. You know what I'm saying? Like
coming in the church?
No. I'm like, it's like a musical boot camp to like sharpen your skills as a musician. Because I mean, you think about it, like where else are people really like doing that much music as a kid? You know what I'm saying?
Like chorus class.
Yeah, that's really not it. That's like one period in high school. You know what I'm saying? And then you just go back to do your thing. Like you're not. But I mean, I was like, I had to perform like at least 2 days a week, and I'm practicing. Like 2 days a week too. So it was like,
you kind of got pushed in your own artistry early.
Exactly. Well, I had to fall in love with it first. I did it because I wanted to. Okay. Because it was just dope as hell to me to watch like the drummer do his thing, pianist do his thing, and I'm just like, man, I want to be able to I want to be able to play the piano. I want to be able to play the drums. Like, so that's when I start like getting into it. I learned how to play the drums and keys and start singing in the church for real. And then as I got older, I kind of like did my own thing like outside of the church. But that's where it all started. So it was interesting growing up for me. Definitely like a not your usual childhood at all. I was pretty sheltered as a kid coming up. Like in Aliquippa, my parents definitely had a lock on me. Like you know, especially being like I come from a really like religious family. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of pastors and everything like that. So they kept me on lock. But you know, I mean, my childhood made me who I am now. You know what I'm saying? So like, I mean, I give a ton of credit to growing up in the church and getting a chance to be in front of people, like performing since I was like 9. You know, to the point now where it's like I can get up in front of people no problem. Where people have to overcome that fear like later in life. You know,
I can relate to that, man. Like going on stage my first few times. I was nervous, like felt it in my stomach, shaking a little bit. Even now, sometimes depending on the stage, like I still feel that way. So I'll say, in a way, kind of, I'm not gonna say hate, like envy as in like hating on you, but like envy the fact that like you got that experience early and you got pushed into instruments early. Like I took piano lessons a little bit when I was like early teenager, and I loved it. It was cool. I'm on keyboard and everything, but it just wasn't like that fun at the time. Like it wasn't. It might have been the instructor. No shade to her. Shout out to AMI Institute down Homewood. No shade to her, but at the time it was just like kind of conflicting. Like, man, this is like school all over again. I really got to learn this. And now it's like, man, I before I die and check out, I gotta learn how to like efficiently play the piano. Yeah.
See, for me, it was like I said, it was just so cool to me, like playing keys and drums and everything. So I'm just like, I just want to be like cool. You know what I'm saying? Every kid wants to be cool, and like you think what cool is to you might be different for somebody else. But that was just the dopest thing to me. So I'd literally come home after school every day, like for hours, just sit on the piano at my crib, like and just play and just figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Like just taught myself. You know, because I just loved it so much, and same with drums. I just like loved it so much and just practicing. So it wasn't like, you know, it wasn't effort. It didn't feel like it was effort. I was just like,
you were just born into it.
Yeah,
like,
I was just hyped to like come into it and just like learn to teach myself, and you know, so yeah, that's really how it all kind of started. You feel me?
That's what's up. You have any musical inspirations, like when it comes to you playing instruments or just how you sing? How you may rap or write music, or your style of fashion? Do you have any type of musical inspiration?
I mean, from jump, it's like the thing about growing up in the church is I didn't like how I came up, like kind of sheltered. Like I didn't get to experience like a lot of the early 2000s hits, and like I miss that whole era. Like I miss that whole.
It's all good, hey man. Self-preservation,
bro. Like. And it's to the point. It's to the point where now, I can't have that moment like listening to like College Dropout or something like that, because it's like now if somebody came out with that project, it would sound a little outdated. You know what I'm saying? Like some people might even think it's whack. You feel me? Because that's just not the sound right now. So it's like people are like, I haven't listened to College Dropout like all the way through, or like a lot of those like iconic albums. You know what I'm saying? Just because I just didn't come up with that. So a lot of the inspiration I have is a lot of like gospel singers and everything like that. I guess.
Shout them out.
I mean, obviously you got Kirk Franklin. You know what I'm saying? That, and these are the people that kind of like inspired me to want to do music. You feel me? Like I don't really draw inspiration from that now necessarily, but like Kirk Franklin, bro, Fred Hammond. Fire. I don't even know if you know any of these people.
I know Kirk Franklin. I've heard Fred Hammond.
Marvin Sapp.
I've heard Marvin Sapp.
Like Mary. A lot of the people that were, you know, they kind of like pushed the envelope and like kind of like sit on the edge a little bit between Christian music and like gospel music and like kind of like more secular music. Kirk Franklin did that. You know what I'm saying? So he was always like cool. You know. So people like that kind of like pushed the envelope. I mean, I could go for days, like Israel Putin. I mean, there's just like so many people that kind of inspired me growing up. But right now it's like, I mean, Michael Jackson is definitely like my biggest like inspiration, just because like I'm all about like accepting, trying to accept like who I am to the best I can, you know what I'm saying? Just because originality is like the most important thing to me, you know what I'm saying? Like, so even if I like do something that's like not exactly mainstream or like weird or like, you know, I'm excited about that, because like I understand, especially how music goes, that's the most important thing. People get caught up in trying to like imitate a lot of the people or even who they're inspired by, you know what I'm saying? But like,
they do.
I think what you should do is just like people like Michael Jackson or even Drake, and like those are all people that came out, their vibe was totally different, you know what I'm saying? Like, and they just accepted the fact that they were different and rolled with that and didn't try to like kind of fit into any category or anything. Like,
yeah, they just stay true to themselves.
Yeah, that's the type of stuff that inspires me. Like even musically, I could see that and be like, oh, like this dude, like I couldn't even imagine being Michael Jackson, like doing his thing when he was doing it. Like it was so foreign to probably so many people, and I'm sure there's 1,000 times he could have been like, oh yeah, this is kind of like, this is probably a little too weird. I should probably chill out. Like, I'm moonwalking, and you know what I'm saying?
I mean, he's been, Michael Jackson was Michael Jackson for a long time before he probably realized, like, yo, I'm Michael Jackson. Like, I'm MJ. Like,
yeah, and that's the thing, like, he was Michael Jackson as a kid.
Right.
You know
yeah.
So, and it's like, as kids and everything, like, that's like a developmental stage where we, you know, figure out if we're comfortable just being us, or we want to like fit into these categories and be, you know what I'm saying? So like, I think that's why he was so comfortable being so original, you know what I'm saying? But like as adults now, and even like growing up, not being in that same situation, like a lot of people live life trying to like fit into a certain box to be accepted. Like, you know, we all want to be accepted. You know, as kids, as adults, like you want to be accepted. You want people to like you. You know what I'm saying?
All right, so COVID-19, you know, shocked the world.
Yes.
You know, COVID was a terrible thing. So what was it like for you during that time and coming out of it as an artist?
Yeah.
Or as a person?
Yeah. So. Yeah, COVID really put a wrench in everything. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was kind of down bad. But I definitely like I was just about to start a live band. You know, I had just reached out to my drummer who I brought here. Shout out Brandon Coltenbach.
Shout out to the team.
Yeah, shout out to the team. I just reached out to him, but COVID hit, so that kind of like stopped me from putting my live band together, and putting a lot of like money into performance equipment and everything, because I really wanted to just control like the whole vibe, because performing live is really like one of my strong suits, I feel, you know, so I want to double down on that, but couldn't make that happen. So through quarantine and COVID, I was just kind of hustling, finding creative ways to make money. I had start managing a studio in the South Side, Steel Road Studios.
Okay.
Just start doing that, trying to make some more money too. But then after COVID ended, I was just starting the By Day merch, which is the merch for my latest project. I brought you this.
A word?
I brought you this T-shirt. This this is the By Day merch.
All right, that's what's up.
That's all you.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, no doubt. That's the By Day Sun Tee. That's the classic joint. We got a couple different colors now.
I like this material.
Yeah, thank you. Cool. And that's, I actually with my co-designer Laura Nuska, a designer out of New York, collaborated on that with her. But I was just starting to drop my merch from my project. Yeah. Reached out to some people to do some promotion downtown, and they pretty much just liked my music and the way I was coming, like saw I was legitimate. A lot of my music is clean, you know, naturally too. So that kind of like got my foot in the door with a lot of the organizations.
Yeah, that's smart, because you know you're talking about like commercial use and different types of family events and things like that. You know.
Exactly. Major key. So yeah, the city started messing with me and contracted me to do a lot of shows over the summer. So after everything opened back up, like they just were throwing shows my way. I was like slammed with hella shows downtown, Pittsburgh, Picklesburg. I was performing at.
That's what's up.
I think like the 4th of July event, they had me performing at. So it was crazy, great opportunity. It forced me to like put my live band together. My drummer came back around, got a bassist now, Quincy Miller, Louis Castle, my guitarist, and my brother Joziah Council. He did some shows with me too, because he's an artist too. So had the whole team up over the summer and everything. But yeah, COVID was tough. We made it through. We bounced back, and we here now. So yeah,
that's what's up. Not a lot of people can. Not gonna say that they can't, but not a lot of people get into that position where they're forced to expand their presence. You know what I mean? Like that's a different kind of visual representation. Right. Seeing an artist with their own band versus just an artist just by themselves.
Yeah.
You know, it's a little different.
And that's how I came up. You know what I'm saying? I came up with acoustic backing, like in the church. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I love. And that's why I first fell in love with music. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I really took it back to the roots. And even though, like, you know, we were talking about being original, like even though that's not something you really do as somebody that has their foot in hip hop and kind of like totes that line, I'm just like, nah, like this is what I like, this is what I love, you know. So I'm gonna do it this way. And the musicians I got, crazy good. So I'm just like, I'm lucky, man. I'm a lucky dude for real.
So what would you say? Well, before I go into the next question, I want to say it's very. It's a beautiful thing to hear that you came out of the pandemic successful and put in different areas you may not have thought, versus it being a lot worse than what a lot of people probably imagined it could be for, you know, themselves and, you know, how things played out. Yeah. So that's a good thing to hear. So
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Yeah, it negatively affected a lot of people and put a lot of people down bad, you know.
That it did.
I'm definitely fortunate though, you know. So I appreciate it. I appreciate it a lot.
All right, so three questions before we get about it. Okay. So Travis Scott situation, let's talk about it.
Okay, Travis Scott. Yeah, that whole situation is like, a lot of people speak on that, you know, that wasn't there, you know. I'm not the type to really, like, I don't know what happened. Right. Really, especially with regarding like how he reacted when he found out information, like during his set and what was going on. Even if he did find out information, I'm not sure. I'm not like close to the happenings of that whole event. But it's definitely like tragic, you know, for people to come to your show and like end up dying. Like that's just crazy, you know. As somebody that I really appreciate, like everybody that supports me, like and everything. So for that to like happen would be insane. And I mean, any humane like person would kind of stop everything going on. I can't imagine he knew somebody like died or was like down bad and kept going. You feel me? Like I don't know. And
I don't think he did. Honestly.
Yeah, it's like it would be crazy. Like why would you? Like that's ridiculous. You know, you get no benefit from that. It's all cons. You feel me? Like I can't imagine he did, but like my condolences to the families that you know were negatively affected by that. It's an unfortunate situation that he's getting targeted and sued for everything. I don't think like he's like the sole person to blame. If he has blame at all, I mean, you can't really control 200,000 people, 300,000, 400,000 people. Like, so it's just an unfortunate situation for everybody. Like, I hope I never have to experience something like that. But yeah, it's tough. It's tough. Can't speak on it too much though, because I wasn't there.
And prayers up to the families of the victims of Astro World. Right. And you know, even Travis himself and his family. You know, hopefully there's no more tragedies as time continues to go on. Right. But I agree. You know, like I wouldn't put all the blame on him. I mean, obviously some responsibility. I mean, it is your show, it is your festival. But at the same time, you know, you can't control all that.
Right. Yeah, I think we should be looking like more towards the event organizers and like health and safety staff and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like people whose job that is to be. You know what I'm saying? Like he was supposed to show up and perform. You feel me? Yeah, it's tough.
So what would you say are 2 choices you made that changed your life?
2 choices I made that changed my life. 100% dropping out of college.
Word?
Yeah, 1,000%.
Where you go to school at?
I went to Chatham. I dropped out of Chatham University. Okay. Yeah, so I had went to like a community for a second because I was like recovering from a car accident and everything. I had to learn how to walk again. Stayed home, didn't want to fall behind the studies. Yeah, it was a whole thing. But then I came up to the city, and I was just going for marketing, you know, at Chatham, and lying to myself like I was going to like go into music business and then like get into music that way, and like nah, that's not how it happened. So I had to be real with myself and really like disregard like what you're supposed to do, you know, in society, what my family wanted me to do and everything. Like I knew dropping out of college and like giving all of my, because I was putting myself through college. I was working like 5 jobs at the peak. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, all of this money and time I'm using to put towards college, I could be putting towards what I really want to do. And,
right, absolutely.
And as a musician, even especially as an entrepreneur, like college isn't going to teach you how to be that. You know what I'm saying? You gotta go out there and make mistakes. You gotta like take risks and everything. And I decided to drop out of college. You know what I'm saying? Like I went literally from being a class president to dropping out. Literally, like sitting my professors down, like, yo, this is where I'm headed. And some of them understood it, some of them didn't. But at the end of the day, it didn't matter. Like, you feel me? I needed to do what was best for me, and that changed everything. You know.
And the beauty what betting on yourself could do. Yeah,
it's crazy. Major key. Major key. Like, for real though, like that's the people get caught up in that, you know, and don't even think twice about going to college because it's just the thing to do. Yeah. But like I'm always the person, I'm always questioning things, and like I went to college for that reason because I didn't even, you know, I'm like, what am I gonna do with a marketing degree? You feel me?
My point.
Yeah, so it's like, especially when I want to do music, then I'm not passionate about college. Like, and I was just sitting there in macroeconomics class, like,
I don't even know.
Bro, like this is not gonna help me at all. And I was just like, that was the day I'm like, nah. And it was a calculated decision, but yeah, definitely one of the biggest decisions. You said 2 decisions?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
You got 2 minutes left.
Okay. That was the first one. The second one, man, that impacted my life. I would have to say, probably just moving to Pittsburgh in general. Okay. I think it's a great way to, as an artist, to kind of like build a smaller following. Even it's a smaller city, it's kind of like works as like, you know, like again a boot camp to kind of prepare you. And, you know, and I plan on like moving and everything, but being in Pittsburgh and moving to Pittsburgh, even though it was for college, helped me come across a lot of opportunities that I may not have so quickly in other places. So that was a big thing for me. I wouldn't be in modeling if I wasn't in Pittsburgh, and that's affected my music career positively and everything too. So a lot of good has been coming out of just moving to Pittsburgh and dropping out of college. Definitely top 2.
Well, I appreciate you coming through though, you know, being the first example of what the Pittsburgh music scene has to offer, coming to the Future Flavor Show and doing your thing. Any shout outs you want to give? Where can the people find you? Where can they tune in at? Where can they tap in with Joziah Council?
Yeah, so Joziah Council everywhere is JOZIAH. Don't forget the Z. Council. Joziah Council on Instagram, on Apple Music, Spotify, everywhere you can find me. Joziah Council, down to Twitter and Snapchat. But yeah, that's Joziah Council everywhere. If you want to keep up with the music and everything, I'm coming out with a new project at the top of next year called Sunfall. Just dropped the By Day EP this past February, but Sunfall is coming out. So new music, expect some new vibes. I got a show coming up December 17th to at Mr. Small's Funhouse in Millville. If you want to pop out to that, show love with Kels. Shout out to Kels. But man, I could shout out people all day because I got so many people, so many team members that really like helped me make this happen, down to the By Day Tees, Laura and Nuska, all my bandmates, Louis Castle, Brandon Kaltenbaugh, yes sir, Quincy Miller, my brother Jesse Council, who holds me down OD, and he's the co-owner of Sound Council, the LLC we have to put stuff like the t-shirt and shows through and everything like that. Jesse Council, that's my rock. Love you, bro. Wish you could be here today. But he's like my right hand, you know what I'm saying, both of us. So yeah, that's who I got. But thank you so much for letting me come. You know,
no
share
problem,
kind of
no problem.
my story and everything, and just be on here. It's such a legendary like place. You know, shout out to Wemo, shout out to DJ Cold Blooded.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you.
Appreciate you, man.
To hear that, you know. Be back.
Yeah, I'm coming back, man. I'm coming back. No, I
Come
appreciate
back.
you, man.
No problem. What's it got on that?
Still going.
Nice.
She said, I know you don't love me like you say you do. Yeah. I know you think you poppin', but you ain't that cool. Nah. She said, I know you don't trust me like you say you do. I said, I know I act a fool, but ain't a thing I wouldn't do for ya. ain't a thing I wouldn't do. Yeah, if your eyes wide open, see my full devotion, but you keep on closing them pills and potions. Think they got you bent. These days don't make sense. At least say we could be friends. Let's have a cheat. She said, I know you don't love me like you say you do. I know you think you're poppin', but you ain't that cool. Nah, nah. She said, I know you don't trust me like you say you do. I said, I know I act a fool, but ain't a thing I wouldn't do for you. Ain't a thing I wouldn't do. You're too good to me to want to let go. And I don't usually fall for anyone, cause it takes too much to show you which side I'm on. And if that's not clear to see, then maybe I'm just anyone. Might not make it. I can see the time's already come. Like, can we shake it? Is it too late? Already done. Might not make it. I can see the time's already come. Like, can we shake it? Is it too late? She said, I know you don't love me like you say you do. I know you think you're poppin', but you ain't that cool. Nah, nah. She said, I know you don't trust me like you say you do. I said, I know I act a fool, but ain't a thing I wouldn't do for you. Ain't a thing I wouldn't do.